Happy birthday. You all know what it is. It is the most popular song in the United States of America. This fact might be strange, but when you think about it, most US citizens hear it approximately once every year. But not my 6-year-old cousin. My cousin hates Happy Birthday and finds the song really sad. He has banned people from singing the song at his birthdays. Why is this? People drag out on their open syllables in a croaky drone, singing it very slowly. This fills my cousin with worry. The average tempo of a modern performance of Happy Birthday is around 70 to 80 beats per minute, with a larger group size tending towards 70 and a smaller group size tending towards 80. This moderate to slow tempo is awful. Happy Birthday is supposed to be a celebration of life, not a dirge. Anyway, let us sing, shall we? She had a good life, it ceased without strife. She's eternally asleep. Say goodbye to Mary. Anyways, the 70 to 80 beats per minute tempo was not always the case. Happy Birthday was never meant to be slow. We can prove this by examining the original score. Happy Birthday is a contrafactum, a song with the same music, but different lyrics. The original lyrics in song were Good Morning to All, composed by sisters Patty and Mildred Hill. Patty Hill was a kindergarten teacher, and Mildred Hill was a musician. The sisters collaborated on a songbook, intended to be sung and enjoyed by young children and their parents alike. As a result, the collection Song Stories for the Kindergarten was published in 1896, and in it was Good Morning to All. That specific song was a massive hit in Kentucky, and soon the earth. However, it became an exponentially more popular hit when the lyrics were changed from Good Morning to All to Happy Birthday to You. Back to the score. There's an expression marking at the top of the sheet music, brightly. This brightly can roughly translate to the Italian tempo marking allegro, a fast tempo ranging from 120 to 152 beats per minute. Now, some may not buy this unorthodox translation. However, it is informed by another of the Hill Sisters' songs, Lullaby and Good Morning. It starts off with piano and children together singing and playing dreamily. On the second page, the children drop out and piano takes over with a key change and a new tempo marking, allegro. This tempo continues into the children singing again with the expression marking brightly. This is why brightly and allegro are synonymous. Let us now compare the allegro to our modern version. Even if we take the slowest beat per minute value of the historic version and the fastest beat per minute value of the modern version, the best case scenario is the modern version is 67% of the original tempo. How did this happen? Why are people ignoring the tempo marking? Hold it! No one reads the sheet music when they sing Happy Birthday. Everyone learned Happy Birthday through oral tradition. Analyzing documents and scores is cool and all, but we need to analyze recordings. That's the neat part. While Happy Birthday is the most recognizable song in the US, there are very few recordings of it. The earliest recording is from 1922, by brother and sister Ephraim and Maria Zimbalist. I, unfortunately, cannot find this recording, but I can find the second earliest from 1935. Ray Nichols and his Four Towers Orchestra clock in at 90 beats per minute.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear teacher. Happy birthday to you.
Faster than our modern tempo, but still slow. Notice the 13-year gap in the first two recordings, then consider that only 8 disc recordings of Happy Birthday are sparsely spread out. For such a popular song, why are there so few recordings? The answer lies in sound technology and the weaponization of copyright. From the birth of the piece in 1896 to a dubious date in 1935, the phonograph was the most reliable way to listen to recorded sound. Reproducible cylinders and discs were widely available in the 1910s. However, the process of sound recording itself was expensive, of questionable quality, and had to be 3 minutes long. An Allegro Happy Birthday takes 9 to 12 seconds to sing. Even the slower Four Towers recording goes through different variations of the piece to achieve the 3-minute requirement. The market was also interested in sounds from around the world. The phonograph expanded music appreciation beyond individual countries, allowing people to hear Victor Talking Machine Company discs all over the place. While Happy Birthday was present in the acoustic era of sound recording, the song was too short, already orally learned, and had no real market appeal. Eventually, the radio replaced the phonograph in the 1930s as the dominant listening source, which is not a preservable medium. Only a few more years brings us to the real nail in the coffin. 1935, the year in which an unassuming piano arrangement by Preston Ware Oram shifts the direction of the song completely. From 1935 through 2016, the Sue Me Company, and later Warner Chappell Music, owned the alleged copyright to Happy Birthday to You. These companies ruled over the tune with an iron fist and squeezed out the seemingly infinite royalties in as many ways as possible. There were 3 possible ways to do this: mechanical, performance, and sync licenses. Mechanical licenses grant the right to reproduce a composition through audio-only recordings. It would be plausible to sing Happy Birthday live under a performance license. With this license, the venue has to pay, not the performer. However, this did not happen because the venue has to pay, not the performer. It was even more of an ordeal to film or record performances due to the expense and complexity of sync licensing. Sync licensing was especially more important in the 1960s once films started to become reproducible. It is because of the uncommon mechanical license, venues having to shell out money to allow Happy Birthday to be sung publicly under a performance license, and producers having to shell out money to allow broadcasts of Happy Birthday under a sync license, that not many instances exist. However, there is one really famous broadcast of Happy Birthday that would cement the slow tempo we are familiar with today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
In 1962, Madison Square Garden, Marilyn Monroe performed Happy Birthday, Mr. President. This is arguably the most famous rendition of Happy Birthday. While there is a lot of speculation about affairs and drug use involved in the lives of Marilyn Monroe and the leader of the free world, none of this is relevant. Let us move beyond the passé political hijinks. It is now tempo time. Monroe sings with jazz pianist Hank Jones in a rubato style, mostly around 68 beats per minute.
Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday.
She then invites the audience to sing along, now backed by an orchestra at 90 beats per minute. This is really important. Not only is Marilyn Monroe responsible for one of the most definitive recordings of Happy Birthday available, she also is not solely responsible for the slowdown. The jazz pianist, orchestra, and audience members are all singing it slowly. This is all a confirmation for the historical slowdown, and duly, a springboard for the rest of the United States to sing it slowly. The other reason for why people sing Happy Birthday incorrectly today possibly lies in two aspects of linguistics. Let's look at the sheet music now. Not Good Morning to All, but the first available rendition of Happy Birthday. Specifically the lyric, Happy. These are straight eighth notes. This is different from modern arrangements, which have either swung eighth notes, or a dotted eighth note, and a 16th note. This is a derivation through time that makes sense, as it has to do with prosody. A song with good prosody will have rhythms that match the stress of the lyrics. That is, stressed syllables will be longer than unstressed syllables. The word happy is a trochee. It has its stress at the beginning of the word. Try it. It's quite natural to say happy, and strange to say happy. People naturally gravitated towards shortening the P and lengthening the ha, and this is evident in the recordings. This stress is very slight in the Ray Nichols recording.
Oh, me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear teacher. Happy birthday.
And very present in the orchestral part of Marilyn Monroe's broadcast. Ultimately, word stress affects rhythm. The other section of the sheet music is this asterisk, followed by many ellipses, the highly variable name insert. Some sheet music uses an extra beat, or a pause, to account for names with more than one syllable. This extends the time it takes to sing through Happy Birthday, and often resets the tempo for inexperienced singers. A modern study of children humming during COVID-19 shows Happy Birthday is sung with little accuracy as phrases continue on, and hummed with less accuracy due to this fermata, or extra beat, where a name is inserted. When combining this hesitation with a large group attempting to sing in unison, the piece retroactively slows down to account for everyone singing. This is compounded with the stressed ha in happy. The first person is waiting for the rest to join in, slowing down the tempo even more. It was in front of us the entire time. The culprit is everyone. Thankfully, we have the information to make a true Happy Birthday, one in which the performance reflects the intention of the Hill Sisters. It is now time to hear the correct way to sing Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear name. Insert happy birthday to you.
That is not good. It's actually bad.
It's historically accurate, but sounds very alien.
This leads to the final question. Why does any of this research matter? Happy Birthday is a deep rabbit hole, leading into the history of sound recording, unethical copyright practices, and how human language evolves. The piece slowed down from around 120 beats per minute to around 80 beats per minute, and there was not one clear answer, not one smoking gun for why this change happened. While this tempo reduction was present as early as the 1960s in Marilyn Monroe's famous recording, it is reasonable to assume the slowdown predates the 1960s by many years. When learning how to play a piece of music, it is often good to learn the history of the music to better connect with it
and convey something meaningful to an audience.
It is enjoyable to learn about one of the most popular songs in the United States, and to see how performances change over time on a massive scale. We can respect the source material and make my 6-year-old cousin happy to sing a great song. But even more importantly, please sing it faster. The kids want cake and the adults want to go home. It is more joyful to sing it allegro. Just try it. Also, if you add the cha-cha-chas, Happy Birthday becomes the only children's song with a time signature of 7/4. Thank you for watching this video. Consider subscribing. My caveman brain enjoys watching numbers grow bigger. And always remember, stay safe and stay hydrated.